Hi, I'm Irvin, and here would address the ongoing stigma against sex workers. But what is sex work? Sex work is providing sexual services for money or goods, either regularly or occasionally. Sex workers are not only limited to women, men and others can also be off. Sex workers are people who receive money or goods in exchange for sexual services. An example, OnlyFans website, or in simple terms, selling pictures that shows nudity. Now it is important to know that the word prostitution and prostitute is inappropriate for them sex workers, for it belittles their work. In that sense, when we say or hear the word prostitute, we always incorporate with words like whore or slut, which demonizes them. As such, and it causes stigmatization against sex workers, which contributes to them to being excluded from health, legal, and social services. Now, as stated earlier, I came here to talk about the ongoing stigma and discrimination against sex workers. As of now, the Philippines have passed laws about preventing or abolishing human trafficking, the anti-prostitution law that was proposed in 2010, and the anti-trafficking persons proposed in 2002, later passed in 2003. It is great that such laws are being implemented because human trafficking is still prevalent in this country. About 60,000 to 100,000, or in smaller numbers, 6 out of 10 of children are victims of it. But where are such laws protecting sex workers? As per the revised penal code enacted in 1930, such work is still considered as crime today. Sex workers are either to be treated as victims due to the law describing they are, or as a person who has a loose moral. As such, in this limbo, many public enforcers take advantage of it, of why we have so many sex workers being imprisoned and treated as criminals today. The constant narrative that sex workers are always the victims, customers, buyers, third parties are to be criminals, doesn't help or isn't really helpful in achieving the goal of abolishing sex work. Because of such laws, sex workers are driven underground to save themselves and their jobs. Because, as I said, public enforcers take advantage of the laws by producing fake rates to extort them. To them, these laws, rather than help them, it endangers them, for it really affects their income. It is not only the laws that hinders us to accept and protect them. Our main religion, Catholicism, also plays a huge part. As a child, we were taught by our parents or teachers of the Ten Commandments, which dictates people what is considered as right and wrong. And Catholics' perspective that such work is considered immoral, considering the 8th commandment, thou shalt not commit adultery. Connecting that to sex work, most people who avail their merchandise are people who are married. Thus, they are committing a grave sin in the eyes of the church. We Filipinos are considered conservative persons. We don't accept everything that is served unto us. It is true that to some people that such work is considered immoral, but we cannot condemn them for that. They're still humans. It is hard to convince oneself to change minds or ideologies overnight, but what we can do is being open-minded. It helps even if it's just a minute. Being open-minded helps us to see through different perspectives. While we might not understand theirs, knowing their experiences, we can learn, or we may understand them. But I cannot force you to be just like you're now open-minded. No. But we can conduct small group gatherings or talks to educate ourselves of what and who they are. It can be anywhere from corporate events to religious conferences to school events, if it was permitted. We can share thoughts of what we think of it, and of course, people who experience it firsthand, sex workers, are to be invited. In this way, we can slowly open ourselves to their perspective and then accept them.